Good morning. Today you'll need your learner's book, your workbook, an exercise book and your pencil case. First, let's take a look at page 61 of your learner's book. Do the self-check exercises on your exercise book, and when you're ready, watch the video to check your answers. A. Classifying shapes. Draw 3 different 4-sided shapes. First shape I've drawn is this one. Do you remember what this is? That's right, it's a square. The second shape, here it is. This is a trapezium. And my last shape is this one here. This is a parallelogram. Number 2. What is the name for a shape that has 6 corners? Let's see what a shape with 6 corners looks like. Here it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. The name of this shape is a hexagon. Three. How many corners are there on an octagon? First, let's take a look at an octagon. Here it is, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 corners. An octagon has 8 corners. Octa means 8. Draw a symmetrical triangle and a triangle that has no lines of symmetry. So in this question you have to draw 2 triangles, 1 triangle with symmetry and 1 triangle with no symmetry. Let's take a look at some different triangles. Here's one, here's another, and here's the last one. I'd like you to think about these triangles and see if you can name each one. Let's take a look at the red one. It has 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. Do you remember the name of this triangle? That's right, it's an isosceles triangle. The blue one, well, the sides are different and the angles are different. And the name of this is a scalene triangle. The yellow triangle, the sides are equal and the angles are equal. So it's an equilateral triangle. Now, which ones have symmetry? Well, as you can see here, there's 1 line of symmetry on the isosceles triangle, and there are 3 lines of symmetry on the equilateral triangle. the isosceles triangle is symmetrical and the equilateral triangle is symmetrical. Of course, the scalene triangle has no symmetry. Question B2. Name an object in your classroom that is symmetrical. Well, we're not at school now, but we can look at the picture and think about some things that are symmetrical. These are just some examples. Your answer might be different. That's okay. First, here at the front we have a desk, and the desk is symmetrical. There's a bookshelf here, and that is symmetrical too. Here we have a chair, and chairs are symmetrical. Board is symmetrical. Window is symmetrical. And there are lots of other things in the classroom that are symmetrical. Draw a pentagon with a line of symmetry. Again, these are just 3 examples, 3 different pentagons with a line of symmetry. We've got this one here, this blue one, and the purple one that looks like a house. The first pentagon is an equilateral pentagon, and it has not 1 line of symmetry, but 5. The second is a pentagon with 1 line of symmetry, and also this purple one has 1 line of symmetry. C. Position and movement. Look at the Explore panel on page 55. This is it here. Write the grid references for the 4 trees that are nearest to the school. The 4 trees that are nearest to the school are these 4 here. So the grid reference for these trees is H4, I4, J4, J3. Look at the Learn panel on page 56. What kind of triangle do the dots make? This is the Learn panel. Again, you've seen this already. What kind of triangle do they make? Now, if we take the dots and turn them a little bit, we get this here. And if we join the dots, we get a triangle. What type of triangle? Is it scalene? Is it isosceles? Or equilateral? That's right, it's an isosceles triangle. 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. Now, I'd like you to go to page 30 of your workbook. If you don't have your workbook, you can draw a grid like this. And when you're ready, we're going to look at an example first, and then you're going to do an exercise on the grid. So let's start with an example. Put dots in the center of the squares for the grid references. This is an example. Here we have the dot in the center of the square. And we have to do the same for these grid references. So here we have B4. Then we have B7 and it goes here. D2 and it goes here. D9 is here. G2 is here. G9, I4, I7. This group of grid reference numbers and letters make a shape. I'm sure you can see. Join the lines with a ruler. And we can join them like so. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now name the shape. And of course, 8 sides, 8 corners. It's an octagon. Let's take a look at the exercise. Pause the video and copy these grid references. Also, finish copying the grid if you haven't done it. When you're ready, put these dots for the 4 shapes on your grid. Then join the dots using a pencil and the ruler. And finally, name the shapes that you have found. When you're ready to check your answers, play the video. If you're ready, let's take a look at the first shape. Let's put the dots. So we have C4, B1, E2, D1, A2. The second shape is C10, E8, C8, A8. Next shape is G5, H6, I5, H2. And the last one, shape 4, F8, J9, F10. Now, if you haven't done so, join the dots with a pencil and a ruler. The first shape, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides to it. The second shape, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the third shape, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last shape, 1, 2, and 3. So shape 1 is a pentagon. Shape 2 is a square. Shape 3 is a kite. Did you get that? And shape 4 is a triangle. To be more exact, an isosceles triangle. That's all for today. Bye bye.